We have discussed bearing and also we talked about the types of bearing. I mentioned about two types of bearing, three-digit bearing and compass bearing. And then we also discussed how to convert each of these bearing to one another. And we said generally bearing is just an angular distance of one particular point from another point. For example, if you have a point A, for instance, point A, and then we draw our cardinal point from point A, are we together? So this is point A, this is the north of A, this is the south of A, west of A, and what? East of A. Here is 90 degrees, here is another 90 degrees, which is 180, here is another 90 degrees, this is 270, and here is another 90 degrees, which is what? 360. Now, if we get another point B, for example, now, this point B, are we together? And then draw cardinal point again at point B, north of B, south of B, west of B, and then east of B. And then join A and B together. Let's join A and B with a single straight line. Now, if you join A and B with a single straight line, you notice something. A line from B enters into A. I mean, the line from A enters into B. Now, at this particular point, the point where the line joins, that is the line, this line connecting A and B, the point where the line enters into A is the bearing of B. Okay. While from point B, this point where the line enters into B is the bearing of A. So it's like the opposite of each other. So if I want to get the bearing of B, I will stand at A. So at point A, I get the bearing of B. At point B, I get the bearing of A. So long as there is this line connecting the both of them together. So at this point, if I want to find, for example, the bearing of B from point A, it is definitely going to be something above 90 degrees, Abi. Why? Because from here to here is 90. Why this place is a little bit additional after 90 degrees. So it will be like 91 to 95, for example. That particular angular distance is for B, not A. Are you getting me now? Now, what if I want to find the bearing of A from point B? What would you estimate bearing of A from point B to be? So the bearing of A from B is from north down to where this line is, while the bearing of B from A is from north down to this line. Now let's try an example to example. Find the bearing of a point X from Y, which means you are going to stay in Y to get the bearing of X. If the bearing of Y from X, which means if you stay in X, the bearing of Y is 110 given to you. Now, point X and point Y, which one are you representing first? Now, you always start with the known. You always start with the what? With the known. So you start from point X. Now, let us draw. Now, to get this, we start from X, we draw the point X. So let's assume point X is here. Remember, they said 110. Please note, in this cardinal point, where would 110 be? From your estimate, where do you think 110 would be? That's at this point, Abi. Now, so you know that your Y is going to be below. So give yourself that chance of creating Y below when you are drawing. So always use your head to calculate it first. Okay. So first of all, I represent my point X. My point X has its own cardinal point. So this is north, this is south, this is west, and this is what? East. Now, my 110 would be somewhere within this region. Now, from here is 110 degrees. Why at any point here, I will have my position what? Y. Now, the question now is, what they want to find is, at what angle did the line enter into Y? That will be bearing of X. Are we together now? Okay, class. Now look up. At this point we start. Now we only know angle 110. We don't know any other angle apart from that. Now they are asking us to find the bearing of what? Of x from y. Now which means at what angle did x enter into y? If you want to estimate this, what would you think it will be? 3 something. But how do we get that? That's another question. Okay, so now you know here, right? 110. Are we together? But no, this place to the line is alternate to this place to this line. So this place, are we together? From north to this line is alternate from north to this line. Why? Because this is vertical line, just like this one is a vertical line. Are we together? So and alternate angles are equal. So if this place is 110, what it also means that this place is also 110 degrees. Now, at this point, class, do you know from here to here? Do you know from here to here? What is it? Good. So you know from here to here as 180. Remember that the bearing of x from y is going to be from here down to where this line is, right? Now from here to here is 180 already. Here to here is 110. 180 plus 110. Eh? So 110 plus 180 will give us what? 290 degrees. Remember, from here to here is 290 degrees. What do we need again? So therefore, the bearing of what? Of what? Of x from y is equal to 290 degrees. Let us try to solve that. They gave us the diagram already. So what we're going to be doing is to redraw this diagram to suit what we know, right? Now, obviously, this is point x. And obviously, this is point y. And there's a line connecting x and y. Now, also, I will draw my cardinal point. And I would have this as my x, right? And at 60 degrees, the line leaves to meet y. Now, at this point y, right? And that's where the line entered into y. Now, at point y, from here to here is 120 degrees, according to what they have there. Are we there? Now, the line here is 50 meters. So, this is exactly what it is. Now, what they ask us to find is, we should find find the bearing of x from y. Bearing of x from y, which means at this point y, I'm going to find the bearing of x. But don't forget there's a line here. Bearing of x from y is definitely going to be, come and represent where the angle would be. Okay, that will it cover? To that line, very good. So the bearing of x from y is going to cover from here, just like she said, to this point. Are we together? But out of that place, 120 have been given to you already. Now the only problem we have is that we know from here to here as what, class? 180 degrees. So the only place we don't know to cover up, to have the whole angle now, is from here to here. But how do we know that? Remember, we have been given a clue. 120 has been given to us here. But out of this 120, here is 90 degrees. That's from here to here is 90 degrees. Messiah. From here, look at it now. Cardinal. For cardinal. 90, 90, 90, 90. So here is 90 degrees already. Let's break it down small. From north, Abi, to south is what? 180 degrees. Are we together? Then let's name this place. Let's name this place what? Okay. The whole place is 190. Let's name this place what? A. Are we together? Now the bearing of x from y will be equal to 180 degrees plus A. Abi, whatever angle in this A plus 180 degrees will give you the bearing of x from y. Now, if that is the case, we need to find what A is. So, but If the whole of this place is 120, this place, let's name it B. You can say, but B plus 90 has been given to you as what? At 120 degrees. Are you following what I'm doing? This place alone plus 90 degrees here has been given to you as 120 degrees. Are we good? Okay, therefore, B will be equal to 120 degrees minus 90 degrees. So 120 minus 90, B now is 30 degrees, Abi? So if B is 30 degrees, now note that A plus B is equal to 90 degrees because this is A, this is B. Abi? So therefore, you know B already as what? A plus now 30 degrees is equal to 90 degrees. Abi? So therefore, A is equal to 90 degrees minus 30 degrees, which is equal to 60 degrees. Are you getting me now? So therefore, now remember that we have already established that the bearing of x from y is 180 plus A. Now we have A. So therefore, the bearing of x from y equals 180 plus what? 60 degrees, Abi, which is equal to what? 240 degrees. Checking out. Are we following? I have to break it down small. Now, they gave us a second question. They said, if xy, what in if line xy is equal to 50 meters, how far east of x is y? East of x. Where is east of x? North, south, west. Where is the east of x now? How far east of x is y? So draw that east of x until it touches line y. Until it touches any line that comes from y. So this is east of x, Abi. Now let's draw it. This is only where it will touch y. Are we together? Which makes a triangle. So now, out of that line, all this line that is here, which one are we looking for from this question? If xy equal to this, how far east of x is y? Which line? This one? This one? How far east of x? Which one? This one that we drew, that's what we are looking for. How far from x is y from the east? So this line here is what we are looking for. Okay, since we have used x before, let's use p. Let's use p. So we are looking for the value p. Since we are looking for p, class, I've not written it. Okay. Since we are looking for p, so if it's a right angle triangle, this is 90 degrees, this is 50. The question is we are looking for p, which is this side. We only know the hypotenuse. Of course, obviously, this is the longest line. So it's the hypotenuse, Abi. Now, we can get an angle inside the triangle. What angle would this be? Wow. Good. So this place is 30 degrees. Now, if this place is 30 degrees, do you get it? Now, everything can be solved now. Now, what is the relationship between P and this angle and the hypotenuse? Car is adjacent over hypotenuse. Of course, this is adjacent because if the angle is here, this is opposite. So this becomes our adjacent, this is hypotenuse. So we use cos as a relationship. So therefore, cos 30 degrees Abi is equal to adjacent is what? P over hypotenuse is 50. So that will be cross multiply. You have P is equal to 50 cos 30 degrees. Therefore, P is equal to cos 30 is what? 0.8660. P is equal to 43.3 meters. Because it's so this place is 43.3 meters. End our lesson here for those online. Please do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell button so that whenever we upload videos, you'll be the first to know.